last time the Edwardsburg Eddies took the football field, it was in the Division IV state championship game. Matt Gadeski and the rest of the Eddy offense ran roughshod over Chelsea, as they did 13 other opponents, on the way to a 28-7 victory. And Kevin Bartz and the rest of the Eddies celebrated, hoisting the school's first state championship trophy. Now you are looking at Leo Hoffman Field in Edwardsburg, where tonight the Eddies open up the 2019 campaign, and they do it against a Cass County rival. The Dowagiac Chieftains have come a-calling for a special edition of the 46 Game of the Week. And how you doing, everybody? Alongside my Hall of Fame partner, Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby. Bob Nagel's still fighting some health issues. He hopes to be back with us later in the season. Normally, we would start with the visiting team, but obviously the big story here is Edwardsburg. Coming off a state championship, Bo, what in the world does Kevin Bartz do for an encore?
I think his encore is to do what he's been doing for the last couple of years, and especially what he did last year. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball some more. Stay behind those big offensive lines that he has up there. Move some guys into the backfield, especially some of those tight ends that he's going to tonight. Guys that have a little bit more weight, get a little bit more behind that football so they can run just even a little bit harder.
But like any head coach, Kevin Bartz does have his concerns entering the season opener.
You know, we've made some changes. We took our two tight ends, big, strong kids. We moved them into the backfield. So we've got some new kids at our tight end, which is a big spot on our offense. So we're really looking to see what we have there. Now, we got some great guys up front, big kids like Josh Preeb, you know, Peyton, Brady, Britt, and Myers, Griffin. We got some big, strong kids up there. So we're excited about our front line. If we can get our ends blocking well for us, you know, I think we're going to be just as effective as we were last year.
Now, every team has losses in the offseason. Usually it's due to graduation. In the case of Edwardsburg, they lost their defensive coordinator, Randy Brooks, and he became the head coach at Dowagiac. Welcome home, Randy. 4-5 last year were the Chieftains, so what does he have to do to tune things around in Dowagiac?
Well, the whole thing is about culture, building your program, building it how you want it, having people buy into that program. We've talked numerous over the years about new coaches coming in, and we can see it firsthand how they really have to buy, not just the kids, but the community has to buy into the program, buy into the belief. What are we doing? What are we trying to accomplish? And I believe Randy has what it takes to get it done over there, as long as everybody buys into his system.
But when you've been on this sideline for 10 years, what's it like to be on that sideline?
Right, it's bittersweet. You know, I had 10 wonderful years here with some great guys and great kids, and you know, there's still a lot of respect there, but it's on to something new for me, and I'm excited to get that started.
Randy Brooks not the only one making a homecoming tonight. This was where Bo Hunt did his first game for TV 46 14 years ago, so he's happy to be here. So's the rest of our crew, and we've got the Jordan Automotive keys to win next on the 46 Game of the Week.
TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by South Bend Orthopedics, Teachers Credit Union, Bill's Heating, Jordan Automotive Group, IU South Bend, Electrical Workers Local 153, Crown Trophy, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, and the IHSAA.
This edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you by the Jordan Auto Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Well, let's look quickly tonight at our Jordan Automotive keys to win for tonight's game between the Dowagiac Chieftains and the Edwardsburg Eddies. And Dowagiac, led by a couple of seniors. Kalen Murphy is their quarterback, a talented young man, 6'3", 155 pounds, and the senior. Last year he had a big game against Vicksburg, threw for 223 total yards, 5 touchdowns in the game, 3 running, 2 passing. Edwardsburg did a good job of limiting him last season. He'll be joined in the backfield and on defense by Hunter Williamson. Williamson, 6 feet, 195 pounds, is the leading returning tackler for this Dowagiac team. 68 stops last year. That included 11 sacks. Bo, the keys to win for Dowagiac.
Well, the keys to win tonight for the Chieftains, basically no turnovers. They can't afford any, can't have any, don't want any. Wrap them up. That means everybody. Edwardsburg is going to come at them with the running game. They have to wrap everybody up. Can't have them a big escape. And 11 men executing at the same time. Everybody has to buy in. It can't be 1 or 2 players. It has to be all 11 men on the field at the same time.
Bo talked about this Edwardsburg offensive line, and they are headed up by a young man getting ready to go to Northwestern. His name is Josh Preeb, 6'5", 280 pounds, and the senior. He plays both ways on the line of scrimmage, and he's got a pretty good back in Matt Gadeski. 5'9", 165 pounds, and a senior. The running back last year rushed for 587 yards and 8 touchdowns, including one in the state championship game. Bo, quickly the keys for Edwardsburg.
Well, real quickly, win the turnover battle. They did a great job of that last year. Keep possession. That's offensively. That make sure they sustain some drives and make them drive, not dash. Dowagiac wants to hit the big plays. Edwardsburg can't allow him to do that. Chuck?
All right, the weather tonight, spectacular. They don't start school till Labor Day here in the state of Michigan because they're Americans. 80 degrees is the game time temperature. The wind, more than a gentle zephyr tonight out of the southwest at 18 miles an hour. There is a 20% chance of a rogue thunderstorm rolling on through here. Dowagiac will be kicking into that brisk wind. Christian Wilson handles the kicking for the Dowagiac Chieftains. Back deep for Edwardsburg, Logan McCauley is the deep man. Toe meets leather. The 2019 season is underway in the state of Michigan. McCauley from his 10. McCauley up the middle, and he stopped at the 27-yard line, and that's where Kevin Bartz's team will take over 1st and 10 with a brand new quarterback in Connor Nelson. Shouldn't say brand new. He was back up on this team last year. The senior, 6 foot, 170 pounds. Only had to throw 4 passes last year, but he rushed the ball 13 times for 150 yards. Occasionally tonight, you'll hear the disembodied voice of Corey Mann. He's our morning man on Pulse FM. He'll be helping us salute our sponsors. He'll have to wait a couple of plays as we get the starting lineups in first, but you'll see Edwardsburg in the blue running out of the wing tee. Nelson hands it off to Gadeski up the middle, big hole, and Gadeski picks up about 10 on the play to get on Edwardsburg 1st down, which is sponsored by J&M Enterprises and Smith's Chapel. There you see the Edwardsburg offense. Bidwell and Hirsch, the other running backs. Michael and Hafner, a couple of big tight ends. Both Creve and Ethan Griffin, all conference selections last year. 1st and 10 for the Eddies at their own 38. They run out of that full house backfield. Dowagiac stacking the line of scrimmage. Last man through gets the ball. It's an isolation run for 6 yards on the carry as they went behind Hafner that time. Hirsch was the ball carrier, and here's the Dowagiac starting defense tonight. The Chieftains will have some big size up front with Wyatt Bailey. Williamson and Paredes, very good linebackers. An experienced senior secondary headed up by Deshaun Brooks, Alex McIntosh, DeAndre Henry, and Denai White. 2nd and 4. And again, it's the last man through. That looks like Hirsch, and he's got the 1st down. It's Bidwell. Drew Bidwell, the ball carrier, 6 foot, 220, and a junior, gets the 1st down, sponsored by J&M Enterprises and Smith's Chapel. The series history, Dowagiac leads at 13-8. They first met in 75. Edwardsburg won big last year, 51-7. So 3 carries, 2 first downs so far for the Edwardsburg Eddies. And they're at the midfield stripe. They'll hand it off to Hirsch, and Hirsch, battling through tacklers, gets about 5 yards on the play. So Dylan Hirsch with the pickup.
269 Apparel. Hirsch, the ball carrier. 269 Apparel is here for all needs, from casual to business attire. 269 Apparel specializes in screen printing, embroidery, heat transfers, and much more. Call today, 296-462-0644, or visit their Facebook page, 269 Apparel. It looks good on you.
2nd and 5. Again, that T formation, the backs very tight to the line of scrimmage. They'll give it off. It's Hirsch again. He gets banged pretty hard this time after a pickup of 2. And Bo Hunt, Dowagiac, on that defensive play showed some physicality.
Yeah, they definitely did. I think one of the biggest things with Edwardsburg offense is they're so tightly compact in there. You don't actually know who's getting the ball quite. Even down here, right down here in the action, you can't quite see who has the ball until after a little bit. So see how Dowagiac, adjust to that and make some adjustments.
The sun peeks back behind a cloud on 3rd and 2. And the handoff in the backfield, and it goes forward for a 1st down all the way up to the 33-yard line. It's Matt Gadeski with the carry. He picks up 10 yards on the play, and another first down sponsored by J&M Enterprises in Smith Chapel as you get a look at the SBO replay.
The American Legion Post 365 is proud to sponsor the Edwardsburg Eddies on TV 46. Don't forget, Mondays are Wings Night, Thursdays are Burger Night, and the fourth Saturday each month has a great buffet breakfast. For more info, check AmericanLegion.org.
1st and 10 from the Dowagiac 33. Another handoff in the backfield, but the running a little tougher that time as Dowagiac snipped that one out. Looked like Stephen Randall or Lavarius Davis got in there on the stop that time for the Chieftains, and only a pickup of 2.
Yeah, it was a great job by the defensive front there. They really came in, they read the gap, and they hit that hole, and they were able to stuff it right at the start.
Gadeski, the ball carrier there. He's got 3 carries for 22 yards so far. 2nd and 8. Let's see if Kevin Bartz decides to go to the air here for the first time in 2019. It's a handoff on a counter play, and a long run for Edwardsburg results in another Eddy first down. That time they gave the ball to Caden Calhoun, and Calhoun manages to pick up about 10 yards on the play. Another first down. It's sponsored by our friends at J&M Enterprises in Smith Chapel. Here's another look on the SBO replay.
Amy Gulata and Weichert Realtors, Gold Star in Edwardsburg, congratulates her alma mater on last year's state title. Keep up the hard work for another title this year. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in real estate, make sure to call Amy Gulata with Weichert Realtors Gold Star in Edwardsburg.
The handoff to Drew Bidwell, and the big 220-pound junior pounds off the side for about 4 yards. Bo, when they go up to the line of scrimmage, you see those running backs kind of stretching their arms out. What are they doing there?
Well, they're just getting their spacing, making sure they have the proper spacing, because this is all timing, making sure that the defense sees something that they want them to see, but they're actually doing something else. So it's all about the timing, all about the spacing, and they're like, hey, we're coming at you. You got to stop us.
Edwardsburg racking up first downs on the drive, looking at a 2nd and 6. Again, the counter play. Again, it is a running play with Nelson, and Connor Nelson, the quarterback, keeps it and gets almost all the way down to the 10-yard line. Looks like he might be a little short of the first down.
The Edwardsburg Eddies finished strong last season. Ann Cole Training Center is rooting for a great 2019 as well. Ann Cole Training Center, located 2 miles north of Granger. This top-notch facility offers horseback riding lessons to all ages, boarding, training, lessons, birthday parties, camps, heated indoor arena, and much more. AnnColeHorses.com.
First down for the Eddies. It's sponsored by J&M Enterprises in Smith Chapel. We'll get it right at some point tonight. Here's the handoff to the Calhoun up the middle for the touchdown, Edwardsburg. Caden Calhoun with the first score of the year for the Eddies. He takes it in from 11 yards out. Papa's Pizza with the sponsorship of the Edwardsburg touchdown. And the Eddies march right down the field, running it down to Dowagiac's throat. Bo, a 73-yard touchdown drive, and pretty much what you would expect from this veteran offensive line.
It exactly is. They were lined up. They said, we're going to come right at you. You got to stop us. We got an offensive line that's, you know, for the most part coming back. They're going for 2 here because they believe they can pick up 3 yards every single time they touch the ball on offense.
Probably an accurate thought, too. Dylan Hirsch takes it on in for the 2-point conversion. It only took them 5 minutes and 23 seconds to march 73 yards. Caden Calhoun punched it in from 11 yards out, and Edwardsburg has taken an 8-0 lead on Dowagiac on the 46. Game of the week. The 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by Teachers Credit Union. Grow your future. Visit tcunet.com.
Osra Kubota is proud to support Chieftains Athletics. Osra Kubota carries Kubota equipment as well as Land Pride attachments with everything for your landscaping equipment needs to farming and ag tractors as well as construction equipment. 2 locations in Dowagiac, Niles, and soon Stevensville. Osra Kubota, your one-stop for all your landscaping and farming needs in Southwest Michigan.
Dylan Morley getting ready to do the kicking for Edwardsburg. Dowagiac will get its first chance to touch the football tonight as DeAndre Henry is back deep. Very impressive drive, Bo, by the Eddies as they went 11 plays, 73 yards in 5:23.
Yeah, what a great job they did on that first drive. It's important that Dowagiac is able to really respond to this. And they don't have to necessarily score on this drive, but they have to sustain a drive, have a few plays, get their offense in sync just a little bit.
So here comes Morley on the kick. It's a line drive. Caroms off Henry all the way up to the 20, and Dowagiac dives on the football. That ball must have ricocheted about 15 yards off of Henry up to the 20-yard line. In some ways, Randy Brooks may be pleased. That may be as much as he would have had on the return.
Well, we talked about the wind before the game. It's going to be an issue, and definitely the wind died down a little bit at the start of the game, but it picked back up here as we're going through the first quarter. And I think one of the biggest things is that line drive kick was almost like a knuckle, so that wind really had an effect on it.
So Kalen Murphy comes out at quarterback for the Dowagiac Chieftains. Murphy, agile, but with a very good arm. Bo, we're watching him in warm-ups throwing into the wind, and it didn't seem to faze him.
No, he was throwing 30, 40 yards on a dime into the wind, and this is a very strong wind down here, so interesting to see what they come out with here.
They give it to Hunter Williamson, the fullback, and he battles for about 3 yards on the play as we meet the Dowagiac starting offense. Besides Murphy and Williamson in that backfield, Deshaun Brooks has some speed, veteran receivers in Reed and McIntosh, and the offensive line a bit of a rebuilding process, but they've got some seniors in Schlupp and Luke Staton. It'll be 2nd and 8 after a pickup of 2 by Hunter Williamson. Williamson, who said he was as stoked for this game as any he's ever played as a Dowagiac Chieftain, and I don't think it's just because it was on TV 46. On 2nd and 8, Murphy fires in the pass, knocked down at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 8, gives us a chance to meet the Edwardsburg defense. And up front, boy, the Eddies got some meat on the hoof. Guys like Ethan Griffin and Josh Preeb. Then they've got some solid linebackers. Hirsch was all-state last year. Bidwell has some size to him. Secondary's no bargain either. Bryce Blue had 5 interceptions last year. Matt Gadeski had 2 and was all-conference. 3rd and 8. Murphy pitches out. And on the pitch out, it comes to DeAndre Henry. And Henry moves it on up to, it looks like about the 30-yard line. The spot will be critical here. The chains are on the other side of the field. He had to get to about the 31. It appears he's about a yard short of the first down, and a big decision here for Randy Brooks, looking at 4th and 1.
Proudly serving Michigan and all your real estate needs, Lisa and Becky at Carmack Realty are proud supporters of Chieftain football. Carmack Realty wants to help your family find a place to call home. Experience the exceptional customer service and care that Lisa and Becky use to make each transaction seamless and a non-stressful experience. Here's the number, 269-462-2298.
All practice long Monday. The offensive line was lauded. Did they get the first down? Looks like they did. Murphy goes in behind his center, Collett, and because Murphy's helmet came off, he's got to come out for a play.
Yeah, Murphy only needed about 6 inches on that play, got about a yard and a half on it. His helmet did come out. Nobody said anything to him, so I think if he would have just slipped it back on, they might not have caught it. He was down at the bottom of the pile when that happened, Chuck.
Well, that's what happens when you're honest. Here's Deshaun Brooks checking into the game as the backup quarterback. And Brooks over checking with the official, taking off gloves because lots of times he plays receiver. Brooks hands it off to Hunter Williamson. Well, they executed well there, and Williamson goes up the middle for about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Carmi Design Group congratulates the Eddies on a terrific last season, now 30 years in business. Carmi Design Group continues to successfully design and manage K-12 school projects in Southern Michigan, Northern Indiana. Contact us if you're interested in a free introductory meeting to discuss turning your vision into reality. Visit carmi.biz for a full description of services. Go Eddies.
2nd and 5, and one thing that Dowagiac is doing here, Bo, is they are milking some time off the clock. The handoff in the backfield, and look at the shiftiness of DeAndre Henry as he goes forward for a first down up to the 50-yard line. It's sponsored by Carmack Realty, And I like some of what I'm seeing from this Dowagiac offense right now, Bo.
Yeah, they definitely spread it out right there, and they were able to open it up for the draw play there, and they did a great job of executing it. Big first down. What we talked about right before the kickoff was, can Dowagiac come out? They didn't necessarily have to score on this drive, but they have to get some momentum on their offense and get their offense in a groove, and they definitely have so far.
The middle of that offensive line, Mikey Schlupp, Peyton Collett, and Ryan Roach doing the job. And here Henry gets loose for about 7.
Congratulations, Eddies, on your past and upcoming season from your fans at Cressy and Everett in Edwardsburg. Cressy and Everett is #1 in waterfront sales in Southwest Michigan, licensed in both Michigan and Indiana, and are sales leaders for the Michiana area. Call Cressy and Everett today at 269-663-5164 for all your real estate needs.
You watch DeAndre Henry in this backfield, it won't surprise you that he's a member of the 4x200 relay team, but the up back gets the handoff there, and nothing doing as the defense caves in there. Dylan Morley was able to get in there and make the stop on Terrence Price of Dowagiac.
It was a great blitz by Edwardsburg there, really coming up, reading that play, able to come inside and really stuff it up right before it even started.
But a 3rd and 2 for Dowagiac here in Eddie territory at about the 43-yard line. A quick moving first quarter at Leo Hoffman Field, and now a timeout being called by Dowagiac. They want to make sure they know what they're doing on this key 3rd down play. 3:26 to go, first quarter. Edwardsburg leads at 8-0 on the 46 game of the week. This edition of the 46 game of the week brought to you in part by IU South Bend, fulfilling the promise.
Dan's Tree Service wants to congratulate the Eddies. Their state title, needing help with your outdoors, Dan's Tree Service has a wide range of services offered, including bush removal, stump grinding and removal, tree pruning, and much more. Call today for a quote on your next project, 269-641-5179.
That's the voice of Corey Mann. You hear him on Pulse FM mornings Monday through Friday, including tomorrow morning, despite the fact that, we've got things to do here. 3rd and 2 with 3:26 to go, first quarter. An 8-0 Edwardsburg lead. Bo, do you think anything different comes from Dowagiac here? They've had success running up the middle.
Yeah, I think they're going to stay with that, do a little off-tackle power, and looks like they do a little counter.
Deshaun Brooks, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Drew Bidwell came in for the linebacker spot and made the stop. 4th and 2. Well, Dowagiac went for it in its own territory. There's no reason to think that they won't go for it here.
Yeah, another manageable 4th down. They're kind of at midfield, and they want to make a statement here early in the game to say, hey, I know you guys are the state champs, but we're not afraid of you, and we're going to come right at you.
Williamson, the fullback. Henry, the tailback. Kalen Murphy under center. And it's Henry, and he did not make the first down. Edwardsburg comes in and makes the stop on 4th and 2. Henry couldn't get to the sticks, and the Eddies will take over on downs at their own 42.
Division Tire and Battery is proud to support the Dowagiac Chieftains during past and this upcoming season. Division Tire and Battery is here to serve your tire needs, from small patch repairs to replacing old worn-out tires, specializing in personal vehicles to commercial and farm tractors. Here comes the number, 269-782-5141.
So now Edwardsburg gets its 2nd possession of the game, but the good news there, Bo, is Dowagiac was able to move the football. They took some time off the clock. They showed themselves a little bit of confidence there.
Yeah, they definitely did. I think one of the biggest things, I was kind of surprised that they went to almost the same exact plays they did on 3rd down. They looked like they ran right at Preeb, and with the quarterback like Murphy like they had, I'm surprised they didn't maybe bootleg him out and let him use his legs a little bit more.
So it's Connor Nelson looking to throw for the first time, and he wants to go deep down the field, but he overthrows the tight end Max Hafner. Hafner was well covered on the play. I believe it was Denai White who had the coverage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Great Lakes Heating and Air Conditioning congratulates the Eddies on stage last year. Great Lakes Heating and Air has been family-owned in Michiana since 1957. Great Lakes Heating and Air Conditioning is everywhere and right next door.
Our first quarter tonight being brought to you by Tony Godesky Farm Bureau Insurance. And we want to thank Signworks for sponsoring the starting lineups tonight for the Edwardsburg Eddies. Here's the handoff to Dylan Hirsch. Hirsch weaving his way through traffic, picks up about 6 on the play. they have quite a bit of distribution. 5 different guys have carried the ball so far for Edwardsburg tonight.
They definitely like to rotate in the guys at running back and get some guys moving. That last pass play, I believe they had just over 600 yards passing last year total for the whole season, and they had over 500 attempts at rushing. So very oddity that they're going to throw the ball during a game, but definitely had the tight end open on that last play if they could have hit him.
Well, they have a lot of confidence in Connor Nelson at quarterback, too. He's a senior, so this isn't his first rodeo. First start, however. Here's the pitch to Caden Calhoun. Calhoun trying to get to the outside and does, and has the first down up to the 45. It's sponsored by J&M Enterprises and Smith's Chapel. About a 6-yard pickup for Calhoun, and the Eddies move the chains.
Hale's True Value Hardware is a proud supporter of the Chieftains. Don't forget the big Labor Day weekend sale. Buy 1 gallon, get 1 free on our Easy Care Ultra Premium Paint with primer, or a 5-gallon shop vac for only $29.99. Hale's also has high-quality CBD oils and CBD BioCare, and all CBD BioCare products 15% off through Labor Day.
Minute 42 and counting to go here in the first. Hand off to the fullback up the middle, and Dowagiac reads the play well. Good hard run, gets about 3 yards, but that Chieftains defense there to smother things down on Matt Gadeski. And that time in to make the stop was Luke Staton. Staton, a very interesting young man. His grandpa played for Bo Schembechler at Miami of Ohio. Then he's got an uncle who coaches at Michigan State. His dad was an all-state wrestler and didn't play college football until he was 39 years old.
That's living the dream, Chuck.
2nd and 7. Handoff comes to Drew Bidwell. Look at the big fellow rumble with both hands around the football. Punishes Deni White as he makes the tackle at the 30. 12-yard pickup on the play. Another first down sponsored by J&M Enterprises and Smith's Chapel.
Summer's ending and the cold will be here sooner than we all think. Is your car ready for winter? Hartman's Auto Service in Dowagiac is your one-stop shop for all your car needs, including new and used tires. Call and schedule an appointment today at 269-782-8043. Hartman's Auto Service with a heart.
Bo, when was the last time you saw an offense with as many ball carriers as Edwardsburg?
Well, I was just going to say something about that. I mean, they got different types of running backs, too. They got big guys that are just going to go right at you, run over you, not care who you are. They got guys here on bootleg.
Nelson on the keeper. And look at Nelson go up to about the 10-yard line. Go ahead and finish your
you got
point,
Nelson, Bo, who can actually run the ball as well. You got Calhoun with a lot of speed that can get out to the outside. You got Gadeski, who can make some moves and run over some people at the same time. So not only do they got a lot of guys that can carry the ball, but a lot of different types of ball carriers out there, which really makes it tough because you can't really prepare for only one type of running back. It has to be multiple types of running backs, Chuck.
Looked like about an 18-yard pickup there. Nelson, 2 carries, 24 yards. He gets a first down sponsored by J&M Enterprises and Smith's Chapel. Handoff up the middle. About a 3-yard pickup that time. I think it was Gadeski again. And the Eddies will be looking at 2nd and 7.
Congratulations, Edwardsburg Eddies, on a terrific past and upcoming season from Just Pie. Before the sun rises, Just Pie is already baking to ensure that every pie is as fresh and possible before it gets to you. Sugar-free, gluten-free options available. Check out Just Pie at justpie.org. And remember, life is what you bake it.
I don't know if they baked any pies for Edwardsburg, but they baked up a touchdown on their first drive of the night. Caden Calhoun took it in, and the Eddies lead at 8-0 after 1 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by South Bend Orthopedics, the team physicians for the University of Notre Dame since 1947. Welcome to all those watching our Edwardsburg Dowagiac coverage on Facebook with our live stream tonight, sponsored by Cressy and Everett's Edwardsburg office. We go down for a Bills Heating sideline report. Bo Hunt, what are your thoughts on the first quarter?
I think one of the biggest things Dowagiac can take out of it, they really had some momentum in their one possession that they had. On the other hand, Edwardsburg was able to dominate the time of possession in that first quarter, sustain the drives, really not be in any trouble. And here, getting ready to score again to go up by 2 scores. So Edwardsburg, they're going to keep driving. They're going to keep hammer it at you on the offensive ground. Dowagiac, they need to get some more stuff going offensively. Chuck?
Congratulations to the Eddies on a fantastic past and upcoming season. As a Napa Auto Care Center, Jason's Service Center follow a strict code of ethics so that all customers know up front what to expect, allowing them to maintain the highest standards in the service profession. Call today 269-414-4054. Jason's Auto Truck Service Center, your trusted hometown center where the job gets done.
Connor Nelson, a three-sport athlete at Edwardsburg, leads the Eddies out for this 2nd and 7 to start the second quarter. Edwardsburg with an 8-0 lead on Dowagiac. And it's Nelson handing off to the last man through Dylan Hirsch to the end zone. Touchdown, Edwardsburg. Hirsch, the 5'10", 205-pound senior, crashes it in from 9 yards out. And the Eddies are on the board for the second time tonight. The touchdown sponsored by Papa's Pizza, as you see it on the SBO replay. And what great lead blocking he had from Max Hafner that time.
Yeah, what a great job by the offensive line, and what a great job of lead blocking, pulling guards, everything that they can do to really open that hole up. And he could drove a truck through there. Only competition he had is right when he got to the goal line, and he had enough steam that they weren't going to stop him for sure. Going for 2 again, go up 16-0.
Well, we'll see. Northwood and Nate Andrews did this a lot. We see them on our Indiana game this week as Hirsch punches it in from 2 yards out for the second time tonight. It's 16-0 Edwardsburg.
Crook Container is a proud sponsor of Chieftain football. Good luck in the new season. For more than 40 years, Crook Container Incorporated has been Southwest Michigan's premier distributor of used and reconditioned steel, plastic, and fiber drums and barrels, in addition to the sale of new salvage drums.
Bo, we got a chance with our low camera to kind of get your angle on what happened on that last play with the touchdown, but you mentioned the pulling guards. We saw that a lot from Elkhart Central last week too.
Yeah, we definitely did. I think if when you have a great pulling guard, a guy that's able to get out and get in front of the play, know who they're going to block. A lot of times they get out there and they run past the guy that they really need to block, and it gets blown up in the backfield. They did doing a great job of really getting to that hole and actually getting the kick out, whatever they need, or leading through the hole on that 2-point play there. Preeb actually led on that, came through and really opened it up for the Edwardsburg Eddies.
Second quarter tonight brought to us by Tony Godesky, Farm Bureau Insurance. As we get ready for the kickoff here, again, Dylan Morley will put it into the air. This time, though, he's got a kick into the wind, and we'll see if that gives DeAndre Henry a little bit better shot at a return. Morley with the approach. It's a squib kick that Edwardsburg will see Dowagiac fumble. And who's got it? I think the Chieftains came up with it at the 30-yard line. So Dowagiac gets the recovery. As DJ LaHire gets on it for Dowagiac, you'll get another look courtesy of SBO.
High school Game of the Week sponsor Paulie Max at 4 Lakes congratulates the Eddies on an outstanding past season, whether fishing, enjoying the lakes, or finishing 18 holes. When hunger happens, Paulie Max is there for you, located at the 4 Lakes Golf Course Clubhouse, just east of the village of Edwardsburg on US 12.
1st and 10 for the Chieftains. Remember, this is only their second possession of the night, and here we are in the second quarter. Kalen Murphy, the quarterback, has not completed a pass as of yet. He put LaSure in motion there, and the pitch to DeAndre Henry. Great moves by Henry. I love the wiggle in this kid as he gets forward to the 39-yard line. 9-yard pickup on the play.
Congratulations on an outstanding past season, Eddies, from Proctor Auto Repair. Proctor Auto Repair has been serving the area for 20 years, offering honest and reliable services for minor or major repairs. Schedule your appointment today by calling 269-663-3306.
Well, they give him credit for a first down on the run, and that's sponsored by Carmack Realty. Bo, when you watch DeAndre Henry as a running back, what do you see?
That was a great move there. I was just trying to get in on a little action with him running that ball. I mean, he came up, the linebacker filled the hole perfectly, and he made a move and was gone. Linebacker didn't even have a chance to touch him on that play.
Henry cuts it up the inside again and picks up about 6 yards on the play. And it won't surprise you that when Dowagiac was working on these things during practice on Monday, Randy Brooks was big on, you got to make that cut and go north-south, and when Henry does, he can explode.
Yeah, he definitely can, and that's one of the biggest things. We kind of talked about last week with some of the coaches in the Memorial Central game about north-south versus east-west. Too much east-west the last few years and needed more north-south running.
Murphy on play action, draw play to Henry, did not really fool anybody. He picks up about a yard on the play. It's going to be about 3rd and 4.
Signworks in Edwardsburg congratulates the Edwardsburg Eddies on last year's state title and wishes the team well as they look to repeat. Signworks can create virtually any type of sign you could need. Signworks, custom signs for your unique business or organization. Check out signworkssign.com.
Looked like big Josh Lee was in on the stop that time for Edwardsburg, the 6'1", 265-pound senior. Eddies have a lot of depth on both sides of the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 4. Murphy on a quarterback draw. He's bottled up after a pickup of 1. It's going to be another 4th down situation for the Chieftains.
Congratulations on Smith's Chapel and J&M Enterprises to the Edwardsburg Eddies on a fantastic past season. Smith's Chapel and Bolick Farms are the ideal combination, an affordable, comfortable venue for your wedding and reception with tons of character and charm. 269-358-6335 or visit them online at smithchapel.com today.
Bo, do you go to the air here if you're Randy Brooks?
Well, I think you have to do something different. Preeb just blew up that last play, and you really can't take it inside, and they're definitely going to the air.
Murphy unloading down the field, got a man out there, and it is caught by Denai White for a 1st down. TJ Reed, the 6', 165-pound senior, who was their top returning receiver, makes the grab at the 17-yard line. Big time play and a great throw and catch by Murphy and Reed. Reed got behind the defensive back.
I think one of the biggest things is they definitely have the wind with their back at their back right now. So definitely this is the quarter they have to open it up, and they definitely have to go to the air, being down 2 scores at this point.
That's a 1st down sponsored by Carmack Realty. Deepest field penetration of the night for the Chieftains. Down to the 17. Handed off to Hunter Williamson. He tries to bounce off a couple of tacklers, picks up about 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Southwest Vision Center wants to congratulate the Eddies on a great past season. Southwest Vision Center is the home of the most patient-focused optometrist Southwest Michigan. Schedule your appointment today, 269-414-4492 or swvisioncenter.com. Southwest Vision Center, quality care with a personal touch.
So 2nd and 7 from the Eddy 14. Dowagiac trailing 16-0, but putting together a nice drive here. Murphy with the pitch. It's fumbled in the backfield. DeAndre Henry manages to outrun some people, though, and make something out of that. And a late flag comes in as the official goes falling over the pylon. Drew Bidwell with the hit as Henry was able to get up to about the 12-yard line, but we'll see what the flag is all about as we meet our officiating crew. Ed Smith joined by Scott Millen, Randy Hood, Jamie Riley, and Jeff Riley. It's a block in the back against Dowagiac. You'll get a look at it on the SBO replay as Corey tells us about one of our sponsors.
The Main Attraction and Fryman's Recycling are proud supporters of the Chieftains. Let the Main Attraction take care of your hair and nails for the next big dance, your big day, or just because you want your hair and nails done. The Main Attraction on Front Street in Dowagiac.
That's a great play by the official there, Bo, as he took the tumble and still made the signal to stop the clock.
Yeah, he definitely did. He made the play. I was right here on the play as well. I couldn't catch him. I told him I was sorry because I had to catch 2 other players, but I did pick up all of his stuff and hand it to him.
Very gentlemanly of you. 2nd and 15. Here's Kalen Murphy rolling out to his left. Now tries to turn it upfield and gets run out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Scrambled for about 2 yards on the play, but it'll be 3rd and long for the Chieftains.
Congratulations, Eddies, on your state title, and good luck this year. Did you know Tony Gadeski Farm Bureau Insurance is located right in Edwardsburg and offers home, auto, farm, life, and business insurance? Visit Tony today. Here's his number, 269-663-8445.
Not sure why Tony would be involved in the game. I mean, there's a Mac Gadeski plane and an A.J. Gadeski on the sidelines, I suppose. 3rd and 13. Play clock already down to 5. Murphy's going to have to hurry. Fake the pitch, hand it off to DJ LaSure going around the left side. LaSure knocked out of bounds, but close to the sticks. He's probably about 2 or 3 yards short as he stopped it at the 11-yard line. Another 4th down conversion opportunity. Bo, what do you do here if you're Randy Brooks?
Well, I really like that last play. I like the execution of it. I really thought they were going to pass there on 3rd down, so they didn't have to on 4th down. But again, they might do something where they set up something to the outside. Definitely they have speed. They have stuff. They have to be able to get to the corner. I think that's the biggest thing. So maybe they set up a little slant here, a little fade route, something to get to the outside, that's for sure.
You saw Randy Brooks over there on the Dowagiac sideline. I think he's going to be taking a timeout here to talk about this 4th down play. We'll take it as well. 8:32 to go, first half. Eddie's up 16-0 on Dowagiac on 46. High school football game of the week is always brought to you by the IHSAA, partnering with TV 46 for 30 years. But tonight we've come north into Michigan, where Edwardsburg has a 16-0 lead. And look at that Eddie crowd celebrating here at Leo Hoffman Field.
Papa's Pizzeria, proud Eddie's, proud to feed the crew this week. Open for lunch and for dinner. You got to try the monster 20-inch pizza, pizza bread, and excellent breadsticks.
Randy Brooks, a 29-year softball coach at Edwardsburg, Cassopolis, and Dowagiac. He's in the Michigan Softball Hall of Fame, but he was an assistant football coach for the great Bernard Thomas at Dowagiac when the Chieftains won their title in 1990. Then came over to Edwardsburg, defensive coordinator for 10 years. This is first year as the head coach at Dowagiac. His team has acquitted itself well tonight, but they need to finish this drive. It's 4th and 3 from the Eddie 11. Bo Hunt, any indication what you think the Chieftains will do here?
No, I don't see anything yet, but the last time they did line up in this formation, they did run a sweep to the outside, which was fumbled at the time. Maybe they think they're able to get that corner, and if they have a good pitch on this play.
Different tailback in there now with Deshaun Brooks, and they do pitch it to him. He bobbles the pitch, halfback pass, touchdown to Dowagiac. What a call by Randy Brooks as they hit Alex McIntosh for the touchdown and get on the board. Oh, what a great call by Brooks.
What a great call and what a great execution by the whole team on that. The pitch maybe a little off. He was able to come up with it and make the great throw. Running back able to come up with it as well in the end zone. Chuck?
And remember, we saw Deshaun Brooks for one play as the backup quarterback earlier in this game. Maybe that should have been Artell when he was in there at tailback, but he did a great job and rifled that ball to Alex McIntosh, the senior, with the touchdown catch. And now Dowagiac will go for 2 here, trailing 16-6. The Chieftains scored the first touchdown of the year against Edwardsburg last season. They've got the first one this year. DeAndre Henry around the corner. Did he get in over the pylon? Yes, he did. And the Chieftains get on the board. It's 16-8 Edwardsburg, with 8:21 to go in the first half. A 70-yard drive that took 3:33 off the clock.
Yeah, the second possession for Dowagiac. Great possession by them. I think one of the biggest things is their ability to go for it on 4th down a couple different times, Chuck, and that's the ability they did in the first series as well. They went on 4th down a couple times, able to get them, but then it was eventually stopped. But they show that they're not afraid of this Edwardsburg team.
The pass was not pretty, but it was effective.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies celebrating 60 years as the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. 60 years of service, automotive, medical, aerospace, and military defense industries. Go to iftworldwide.com for more info. Like the teams in tonight's game, we're working for a great finish.
Christian Wilson getting ready to do the kicking here. It's sponsored by Division Tire and Battery. And this time he'll have the benefit of a stiff breeze behind him. The sun has been playing peekaboo with the clouds here. There is the chance of rain, although most of the mesmerologists have told us that it will be well after we leave the field tonight. Hopefully they'll be right for once. And the whistle blows on that line drive kick. We've got a flag, and somebody was offsides for Dowagiac. That'll cost him 5.
Teachers Credit Union understands the importance of growing your future. Whether you're growing your family, your square footage, or your business, Teachers Credit Union is here for you with financial solutions that will help you succeed. Visit tcunet.com to start growing your future today. Federally insured by the NCUA, they are an equal housing opportunity.
Chuck Fraby, Bo Hunt, and that's the voice of Corey Mann, my co-host on the Sportsjack podcast. We haven't won any awards yet, but then again, we haven't submitted into any contest.
Hashtag Ooga Luga.
Bo, I know you're a frequent listener to the Sportsjack podcast, aren't you?
You know it all the time.
All right.
That's how I know Corey, you know? And I didn't know you did that as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's nice to know somebody besides Nagel can take the abuse in this crew. Here's Wilson's kickoff, a high end over end that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. And that might be a hint as to why Christian Wilson is one of the more heavily recruited soccer players in Southwest Michigan, because he put a charge into that one. 1st and 10 from the 20 for Kevin Bartz and the Eddies.
Get back in the game with South Bend Orthopedics, team physicians for the University of Notre Dame since 1947.
Connor Nelson leads the Eddies out onto the field. They've only had the ball for one play here in the second quarter. They scored a touchdown on it.
One thing that Edwardsburg didn't have last year was a lot of, controversy thrown at them or any, type of setbacks or anything like that. Here, 16-8 late in the second quarter. We'll see what happens with these guys, how they react.
Nelson rolls out. He's got blockers in front. He's got room to run, and he's got a first down up to the 34-yard line. Pick up a 14 on the play for the senior quarterback, and it's a first down sponsored by J&M Enterprises and Smith's Chapel as you get another look on the SBO replay.
Our thanks to the team from St. Andrews Products for making our crew look really good. They can do the same for your school or corporation. Call 800-628-9922 or email sales@standrewscorp.com. Your expectations become our standards, and our answer is always yes. Now, what's your question?
1st and 10 from the 34. The handoff to Drew Bidwell. Look at the big fella protect that football as he goes into the pile and gets to about the 38-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play for Bidwell.
McDonald's Physical Therapy is proud to have Michiana's top physical therapist known for quality of care and patient focus. Remember McDonald Physical Therapy when you need to get back in the game.
Bo, looks like the pace has slowed a little bit here for Edwardsburg, too.
Yeah, definitely. They're taking a little bit more time getting the play calls in and stuff like that. Not sure if they're just running the clock down just a little bit, managing the clock here a little bit, but definitely doing what they have been doing before. They're pulling the guards, getting lead blocks up front, and just picking up chunks of yards at a time.
Nelson at quarterback, tackled as he gave the handoff. And it went to Caden Calhoun, and Calhoun gets up to the first down sticks to move the chains for J&M Enterprises and Smith's Chapel. Caden Calhoun tonight has had 4 carries for 34 yards and a touchdown.
He's just that different back that's able to get through the hole. He's not quite as big as the other backs. He's got some speed, and he's able to get through that hole just a little bit quicker, and so those offensive line and linebackers aren't able to get to him right away.
Would it be fair to say he has the most burst of anybody in that Edwardsburg backfield?
Yeah, oh yeah. You can definitely see the difference between his burst and all the other running backs that are thrown in there.
On 1st and 10, handoff to Matt Gadeski. Now he shows some nice moves, and Gadeski working his way down to the field to the 37-yard line. Denai White was trying to strip him of the ball, and Gadeski almost took it the distance on him. You'll get another look on the SBO replay.
269 Apparel is a proud supporter of Chieftain Athletics. 269 Apparel is here for all your needs, from casual to business attire. 269 Apparel specializes in screen printing, embroidery, heat transfers, and much more. Call today, 269-462-0644, or visit their Facebook page, 269 Apparel. It looks good on you.
That was the longest play of the night for the Eddies. Now here's Dylan Hirsch. He gets hit hard in the backfield. Got up to the line of scrimmage before he's brought down. Lamberto Paredes, the linebacker, makes the stop. A 3-sport athlete. He's also a wrestler and a member of the Chieftain track team.
The American Legion Post 365 is proud to sponsor the Edwardsburg Eddies on TV 46. Don't forget, Mondays are Wings Night, Thursdays are Burger Night, and the 4th Saturday each month has a great buffet breakfast. For more info, check AmericanLegion.org.
2nd and 9. You see the clock on the bottom right-hand corner of our 46 Sports scoreboard. The handoff up the middle, Caden Calhoun, and Calhoun wiggles his way up to the 23-yard line. That's a pickup of 15 for Calhoun and another first down. Sponsored by J&M Enterprises and Smith's Chapel. It's just so hard, Bo, to pick up who's got the football in this offense.
Yeah, and I'm right down here, and I'm right in the thick of it. I was able to see that one, but, you know, 25, 30% of the time, I have to kind of look a little bit before I recognize who actually has that football, because the way they run this offense, how methodical they are with it, and just keep going, and they carry out their fakes well, the other running backs who don't get the ball.
Dylan Hirsch stoned by Terrence Price after a 1-yard pickup. And Hirsch has found the going tough tonight. 7 carries, 30 yards, as you see Connor Nelson hobble to the sidelines to get the call, and he'll go back in.
Amy Gulata and Weichert Realtors Gold Star in Edwardsburg congratulates her alma mater on last year's state title. Keep up the hard work for another title this year. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in real estate, make sure to call Amy Gulata with Weichert Realtors Gold Star in Edwardsburg.
Pitch in the backfield, and tripped up is Bidwell. Good defense by DeAndre Henry, the safety that time, coming up and reading the play well. No gain on the play, and for one of the rare times tonight, Edwardsburg looking at a 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 9.
Yeah, definitely a long 3rd down play here. Great job by Dowagiac, stepping up. Linebackers, defensive end, able to get up, stop that play right away, and able to get a big stop. And we'll see here on 3rd down, they can make another huge stop for Dowagiac.
Connor Nelson is 0 for 1 throwing the ball tonight. He's not going to throw it here. Matt Godelski on the carry. Godelski being twirled around that time. Finally gets taken down after a pickup of about 7. Alex McIntosh was able to put him down, but it'll be 4th and 2.
Yeah, be 4th down on a long 2.5, almost 3 at this point. So they're definitely running the play in, and we'll see if maybe they do that wing T. Oh, yeah, that's the offense they run, and maybe follow a fullback and pull Preeb on this play.
I was going to say, maybe follow where number 56 is.
Yep.
He's the right guard. Instead, they go off the left side, and Drew Bidwell's got the first down as he hurdles forward to the 12-yard line. It's sponsored by J&M Enterprises and Smith's Chapel. They needed almost 3, they got 4, and the Eddies move the chains.
Ann Cole Training Center is rooting for a great 2019 with the Edwardsburg Eddies as well. Ann Cole Training Center is located 2 miles north of Granger. This top-notch facility offers horseback riding lessons to all ages, boarding, training, lessons, birthday parties, camps, heated indoor arena, and much more. AnnColeHorses.com.
1st and 10 from the 12. Waning minutes of the first half. Handoff with the left hand. Nelson gave it off to the fullback, and they pick up about 5. And, Bo, that's one of the things I picked up on as Calhoun gets the carry that time, is that Nelson's capable of giving the ball off with either hand.
Yeah, he definitely is, and that's, I think, one of the biggest things that he's been able to learn, and one of the things they teach is by giving it both hands. If you do it both hands at the same time, they're always going to be able to read it, but if you're able to go with your right or your left with your back to the defense, they can't quite see it.
On 2nd and 5, it's Calhoun. No, it's Godeski on the counter to the end zone for the touchdown. Matt Godeski with his first touchdown of the year, an 8-yard romp to pay dirt, and the Eddies are on the board again at 22-8.
What a great job by Josh Preeb again, lead blocking. He led block on the 4th down play as well. They ran away from him, but he did pull on that play and led the hole. And in this one as well, great kick out block and great job by Godeski to follow that lead block and get in the end zone.
80-yard drive that took 5 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock. And of course, Edwardsburg will go for 2 because that's who they are. That's what they do. Nelson under center, a hush over the crowd. He gives it off, and going into the end zone is Logan McCauley, the fullback, and it's 24-8 Edwardsburg. The touchdown is sponsored by Papa's Pizza. We'll take another look here on the SBO replay. And, Bo, that counteraction that they get enables the guards to pull. Preeb knocked his man all the way down into Indiana.
Yeah, it was a great job again, and they really played off of that. It looked almost similar to the same play where they're going to run off tackle, but instead they're able to go right up the middle as well in that 2-point conversion.
Osra Kubota is a proud sponsor of Chieftains Athletics. Osra Kubota carries Kubota equipment as well as Land Pride attachments with everything your landscaping equipment needs, to farming, ag tractors, as well as construction equipment. 2 locations in Dowagiac and Niles, and soon Stevensville. Osra Kubota, your one stop for all of your landscaping and farming needs in Southwest Michigan.
You know, Bo, I'm looking here at the distribution chart for Edwardsburg. Gadeski has 8 carries. Then you've got Hirsch with 7, and you've got Calhoun and Bidwell each with 6. It's almost like the coaches are keeping track and saying, well, it's his turn now.
I think it's one of the biggest things. They're able to spread that the carries out, but when you get towards the end of the game, you're definitely going to have guys with over 20 carries or right around 20 carries, and you think of a regular fullback that has between 20 and 30 carries. Well, when you spread it out here early in the game, you're able to do that and get these guys a lot of carries late in the game then.
DeAndre White handles the kickoff back at his 14. White trying to get around the outside, nothing doing. He's taken down on a beautiful open field tackle by Bryce Blue. Blue, who typically plays cornerback and is used to having to make those kind of stops, comes through with a dandy there.
Proudly serving Michigan and all your real estate needs, Lisa and Becky with Carmack Realty are proud supporters of Chieftain football. Carmack Realty wants to help your family find a place to call home. Experience the exceptional customer service and care that Lisa and Becky use to make each transaction seamless and a non-stressful experience. Here comes the number, 269-462-2298.
What was that number again?
269-462-2298.
2:31 to go in the first half. Let's see if Kalen Murphy can get his team a quick drive here. He fires down the field. It's incomplete. Murphy showing a strong arm there as he was looking for DJ LaSure, but there was good coverage on the play.
It was a good rollout by Murphy. It looked like he might have been able to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than that, and might have been a little contact late in that pass route as well. But look for him probably to pass this series. The thing is, if they give Edwardsburg a little bit too much time, they could get another score here before half.
And Edwardsburg, with the wholesale substitutions at times on defense, try to keep people fresh as they go into the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10. Murphy draw play, it's dropped, and I think Preeb jumped on it for the fumble recovery. Josh Preeb gets the loose change, and the Eddies in business deep in Dowagiac territory. Well, that's one thing Randy Brooks said. They could not afford turnovers, and this is a huge one against the Chieftains.
Yeah, it's one of our keys to win for the Chieftains was no turnovers. Definitely had a huge turnover there, and we've kind of seen it all night. Dowagiac's been kind of careless with the football, had some miscues on the special teams, had some miscues on some plays in the backfield as well, and there's another miscue, big one here right before half.
So Deshaun Brooks couldn't hang on to the handoff, and now the Eddies set up shop. 1st and 10 at the 22. Nelson under center. They have all their timeouts if they need them. Nelson gave it off. I believe it was Bidwell. No, Gadeski on the carry, and Gadeski gets up to the 20-yard line. Pickup of about 2.5 that time.
Carmi Design Group congratulates the Eddies on a terrific last season. Now 30 years in business, Carmi Design Group continues to successfully design and manage K-12 school projects in southern Michigan and northern Indiana. Contact us if you're interested in a free introductory meeting to discuss turning your vision into a reality. Visit carmi.biz for a full description of services. Go Eddies.
Nelson on the keeper as he went to the right. There were about 3 Chieftains who followed Bidwell through on the fake. It's a first down sponsored by J&M Enterprises and Smith's Chapel. And Bo, that goes to the point that you were making earlier, how well Edwardsburg carries out their fakes.
I was watching Bidwell as well. I was sitting here, and I was just waiting for the ref to blow the whistle, and he didn't. And then I was like, oh, wait, he doesn't have the ball. Nelson's got the ball and the keeper.
Nelson, 4 carries, 49 yards here in the first half. Caden Calhoun scoots to the outside and picks up about 3 on the play before he's brought down by Luke Staton and Alex McIntosh. So again, the distribution continues to be fairly even here for the Eddies. Calhoun now with 57 yards on the night. And it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Nelson hands it off, rambling towards the end zone. Gadeski slammed down before he gets there. Down to about the 2-yard line before Brian Paredes put him down. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 2. But you got to feel pretty confident about this if you're Edwardsburg, and they're milking the clock well.
Yeah, they definitely are. And they went to the backside and had pre-kick out again on the tackle, and see if they do that again and go right up the middle.
They go off the left side, trying to bull his way to the end zone. He got in. Touchdown, Edwardsburg. It was Bidwell this time. Drew Bidwell is about as big a running back as you're going to find. He was a tight end last year. 6 feet, 220 pounds, 3-sport athlete with a 4.0 GPA. And he just kept those big legs a-churning, as we'll see here on the SBO replay. The touchdown sponsored by Papa's Pizza. Nobody could really wrap him up and keep him from surging forward. But, Bo, if we had instant replay in high school football, that wouldn't have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it didn't look like he really crossed the line. He got stuck right before the line. And they went ahead and raised the arms for the touchdown. And when they did, he actually stuck the ball over at that time.
Well, that should have been a telltale sign right there. Edwardsburg will go for 2. Nelson tries to keep it himself, and he didn't fool anybody as he gets slammed down in the backfield by Denai White. So the 2-point conversion fails, and with 29.8 seconds left, it's 30-8 Edwardsburg. And believe me, this will be the talk of the coffee shops in Dowagiac when they say, hey, did you see that time where they gave Edwardsburg the touchdown and they didn't really score it? Well, here it is right here, and you can tell for yourself that ball never got across the goal line. Still hasn't gotten across the goal line. So, touchdown given to Edwardsburg. It's 30-8.
Congratulations, Eddies, on your past and upcoming season from your fans at Cressy and Everett in Edwardsburg. Cressy and Everett is #1 in waterfront sales in Southwest Michigan, licensed in both Michigan and Indiana, and are sales leaders for the Michiana area. Call Cressy and Everett today at 269-663-5164 for all your real estate needs.
So with 30 seconds to go here in the first half, the Eddies appear to be in command of this one with a 30-8 lead. Bo Hunt will be talking with Kevin Bartz on his way off the field as there's a line drive kick that'll roll all the way down inside the goal line. Well, they let him run it out. Thought that was supposed to be an automatic touchback, but instead, DeAndre Henry runs it out to about the 18-yard line. They may have said that he fielded in front of the goal line and carried it in and then came out. So be that as it may, with 24.8 seconds left, it's likely rather academic. You have the feeling that Kalen Murphy and company will be happy just getting the ball to start the second half and see what they can do about this 22-point Edwardsburg lead. The defending state champs looking like that kind of team tonight. Murphy hands it off. They go up the middle with Hunter Williamson. He picks up about 6 on the play, and that will likely do it for the first half of play here at Leo Hoffman Field in Edwardsburg, where the Eddies lead their Cass County rivals, the Dowagiac Chieftains, by a count of 30-8. Kevin Bartz making sure that they're not going to run one more play, but Dowagiac too slow to get to the line of scrimmage to get the play off. And we have come to the end of the first half. And as the teams are leaving the field, Bo Hunt waiting to grab the Edwardsburg head coach as he comes by. Kevin slapping the hands of some of his players as they run off the field. It is a 30-8 Edwardsburg lead. Bo Hunt's got our Bills Heating sideline report.
Kevin, you go in at halftime up 30-8. Last year, you guys were able to dominate the ground game. You guys were able to do that again in this first half. Control the clock. Just your thoughts on your players.
You know, we're doing a great job up front getting movement. You know, our backs are getting a good push off the ball. Like I said, we're not as fast as we were last year, so it takes us a little bit longer, but we're going to keep grinding on them. You know, they made a great catch on their 4th down and a nice play in the end zone to get a score on us, but But I like what we're doing both sides of the ball right now.
Adjustments for the second half, what Dowagiac's doing?
You know, Dowagiac's doing a good job with their linebacker play. We've got to pick up their outside linebacker. He's coming in the inside on us a lot, and we're kind of going right by him, or he's getting underneath us. So we've got to be able to get to their outside linebackers with the twisting that they're doing.
Kevin, thanks for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Back to you.
Last year, the Eddies ran for about 375 yards a game. They've got 218 rushing yards in the first half. 30-8 Edwardsburg. Our TCU student athletes come your way next on 46. Time here at Leo Hoffman Field in Edwardsburg, and pleased to honor our TCU Student Athletes of the Week. It's sponsored by our friends at Teachers Credit Union. Find out how you can become a member. Go online to tcu.net today. Of course, Bob Nagel's gone when I got the two tall guys next to me. Kalen Murphy from Dowagiac, Josh Preeb from Edwardsburg, two outstanding representatives of their institution. We'll start, as always, with the visitors. Kalen Murphy, a terrific three-sport athlete at Dowagiac. You do all that while getting a 3.6 GPA in the classroom. How in the world do you manage all of those sports and get it done?
You know, mom's rule is school first, then sports, so always got to stay on top of the grades, and then sports come after that.
Well, you mentioned mom, and she's had that rule for you for some time. Is she the one who has instilled the values in you?
Sure has. Her and my brother showing me what it's like to not make it out, and then me trying to do my best, so yeah.
I know that you've got some college hopes, and I understand you want to find a career in criminal justice. What instilled that desire into you?
Well, I want to help kids that have struggles in life, so I want to be a probation or parole officer and just make sure that they go down the right path and not the wrong one.
And what kind of schools are you looking at in terms of playing sports?
Ferris, Grand Valley, and Saginaw.
All good schools, so best of luck to you. Football, basketball, and track, he does it all. Kalen Murphy from Dowagiac. Over here, this big fella is Josh Preeb. He is an all-state lineman here at Edwardsburg, plays both sides of the ball, and 3.8 GPA. That's not too shabby. I want to ask you the same thing as him. If you obviously have to make a tremendous commitment to athletics, but still getting the job done. How do you figure it out?
You know, I think from a very young age, you know, like Kalen said, you know, my parents really instilled that in me at a young age. You know, academics always come before sports. You know, always get your homework done, you know, before you go to practice at a young age. And I think that really carried over to high school for me. And I think the mental toughness aspect, you know, of working hard in the classroom really carries over to the field.
Well, I also know you have a head coach in Kevin Bartz, who's a terrific biology teacher, and I know that he puts a big emphasis on this team with academics as well, doesn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he's always going through grades every week and making sure everyone's on top of it.
Yeah, now this young man is going to go to Northwestern to play football. You had offers from a ton of people. Kalen wanted me to ask you why you took Northwestern.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was just the all-around fit. Because I mean, at some places, you know, I really did like a lot of places, but it came down to the little things, and Northwestern checked all those boxes. You know, the relationship aspect, obviously the academic institution that it is, and also athletically. You know, they were in the Big Ten championship last year, and looking forward to watching them this year.
What do you want to study at Northwestern?
I'm going to go in undecided. I'm not sure yet.
Stay out of the Dill School of Journalism. We don't need more of those people. That's Josh Preeb from Edwardsburg, Kalen Murphy from Dowagiac, our TCU Student Athletes of the Week, and they're brought to us by our friends at TCU. Find out how you can be a member. Go online right now to tcu.net. We've got halftime highlights coming up on this edition of the 46 Game of the Week. This edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you by the electrical workers of Local 153. They're making our communities brighter. Halftime here at Leo Hoffman Field, the pride of the Eddies, the Edwardsburg High School Marching Band, entertaining the crowd here at Leo Hoffman Field. Crowd that's been entertained by a lot of scoring by the home team as Edwardsburg leads this one 30-8. Chuck Freeby high above the fray. Bo Hunt working down on the sidelines tonight. Let's show you how it got to be this way here at Leo Hoffman Field as we take a look at our first half highlights. Edwardsburg dominating with that punishing running game. Caden Calhoun with the first touchdown of the season on the opening drive to make it an 8-0 game. The defense stopping Dowagiac on fourth down. The Chieftains struggled a little bit to hang on to the football. They were a little bit sloppy. They had a fourth down at the 11-yard line. Later in the half, after Dylan Hirsch would pound it in to make it 16-0, and the Eddies showing that they're number one. But here might be the fantastic play of the first half. The halfback pass on 4th down from Deshaun Brooks to Alex McIntosh. That made it 16-8. But Calhoun and the Eddies went right back to work running the football. Take a look at the blocking by 56 Josh Preeb as he just moves the cornerback all the way through the end zone so Matt Gadeski can score 24-8 at that point. Then a critical turnover by Deshaun Brooks. Preeb pounces on the loose change. Drew Bidwell would be credited with a touchdown on this play even though he never crossed the goal line. And it's 30-8 Edwardsburg. As we take a look at the halftime numbers, the dominance in the running game showing up once again for the Eddies. 218-77 in the rushing game. They haven't completed a pass. It hasn't hurt them. It's been a relatively clean game for an opener. Only 2 penalties so far. The 1 turnover by Dowagiac. And look at the time of possession dominated by the Edwardsburg Eddies. So here at halftime, it's 30-8 in favor of Edwardsburg. We're back with second half play-by-play from Southwest Michigan right after this timeout. This edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week is being brought to you by Crown Trophy. They're nationally known and locally owned. We have a breaking story in this game here at halftime as you look over at the Dowagiac bench, but it's not Kalen Murphy as we had first feared. I believe it's DeAndre Henry who has fallen and is in great pain over there on the Dowagiac bench. A Bills Heating sideline report with Bo Hunt.
Yeah, Chuck, it is DeAndre Henry. As I was walking and talking with Randy Banks about their team, about adjustments, things of that nature, finished up with him as I turned around, just caught the tail end of what appeared to be Henry falling, twisting his ankle as he was running out, and a couple coaches were helping him up and helping him back to the sideline. So devastating to see that, to hear that, and as they were helping him over there, hopefully, I don't have any update, but hopefully maybe he can get back into the game. Adjustments for Dowagiac in the second half. They really liked what they were doing. Randy talked about offensively, they were able to move the ball. The only bad thing was they made that turnover, and he goes defensively, we're able to slow them down. They're not getting a big play. They had the methodical drives, but we felt we were gaining some momentum until that big turnover happened in the second quarter there.
Well, yeah, I mean, and you can play hypotheticals all you want, but if you don't have that turnover at the end of the first half, you go down into halftime, you're down by 16. Yeah, you're still down, but you're getting the ball back at the start of the second half. You score a touchdown in your first drive, all of a sudden this is a 1-touchdown game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it could definitely been the difference in the game, and, you know, getting the ball here, go down, drive. They definitely were able to move the ball when they had it, but again, you talked about it at halftime, the time of possession. Edwardsburg dominated for the time of possession. We'll see if that can get flip-flopped a little bit here by Dowagiac and see if they can come through with it. Guys?
Dan's Tree Service wants to congratulate the Eddies on their state title. Needing help with your outdoors? Dan's Tree Service with a wide range of services offered, including bush removal, stump grinding and removal, tree pruning, and much more. Call today for a quote on your next project, 269-641-5179.
So it is 30-8 Edwardsburg. Dowagiac will receive the opening kickoff the second half. And certainly the way players are going over and talking to DeAndre Henry on that Dowagiac bench right now, you have to think that he is not coming back in this game, and you hope that he'll be able to come back in subsequent weeks because he does appear to be in an awful lot of pain over there on the Chieftains bench. So that'll change the kicking game. That'll change a lot of things for Randy Brooks' team, and they'll have to put Deshaun Brooks back deep. Depth is not something Dowagiac has a lot of, Bo. Apparently we lost Bo's mic momentarily, but we'll get him back into the fray as well as Dylan Morley gets ready to kick off our third quarter, which is brought to us by Tony Gadeski, Farm Bureau Insurance. The Eddies in the blue, going from left to right on your screen. Morley puts the foot to it, and Brooks runs over and watches that ball spin into the end zone for the touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. A very well-placed kick that time by Morley, Bo.
Yeah, what a great job there. Put it right in the corner of the by the pylon. Didn't go out of bounds, just went right across the goal line. Good start for Edwardsburg on the kickoff, and we'll see. I think it was a wise choice by Edwardsburg to take the win and not give Dowagiac the win in this third quarter so they can build a bigger lead.
Division Tire and Battery is proud to support the Dowagiac Chieftains during past and this upcoming season. Division Tire and Battery is here to serve your tire needs, from small patch repairs to replacing old worn out tires, specializing in personal vehicles to commercial and farm tractors. Call them today, 269-782-5141.
Deshaun Brooks takes the handoff, and he's able to get maybe a yard before he's shut down by Josh Prieb and the rest of that Edwardsburg defense. Prieb, an all-state selection last year. You met him at halftime. What an outstanding young man, Bo, and I think he's going to do very well up there at Northwestern.
Yeah, very well-spoken young man. Great in the classroom, great speaker, great leader on this team, captain of the team, a guy that plays both ways, and you don't see him take a play off. You see a lot of times guys playing both ways. They might take a play off here and there. You don't see this guy taking a play off, Chuck.
There's a handoff up the middle, and again, not much yardage for the Chieftain running game. That time it was Hunter Williamson on the carry. He may have squeezed out about a yard on the play, and Dowagiac's looking at a 3rd and long.
Great Lakes Heating and Air Conditioning congratulate the Eddies on state last year. Great Lakes Heating and Air has been family-owned in Michiana since 1957. Great Lakes Heating and Air Conditioning is everywhere and right next door.
Kalen Murphy has completed 1 pass on the night. He's rolling out here, trying to scramble and make something happen. He's got a lot of room to run, but there's going to be a holding call against Dowagiac. The pass is completed, but this one is coming back as the flag was thrown behind Murphy. Josh Prieb got literally tackled in the Dowagiac backfield. You'll get another look at it here from the SBO replay. And take a look here. You could have called a penalty there for the hand to the face, but it was the reach out and pull by the tackle Wyatt Bailey that brought that play back. And I'm not sure that Bailey really had to do that to allow Murphy to get loose.
Yeah, it's a big setback for the Chieftains here. A big completion. Not sure that, like you said, he had to actually do that. It looked like Murphy was able to scramble away from that and would have been able to and make the completion downfield. That guy wide open downfield.
So now Ethan Griffin and the rest of that Edwardsburg defense will pin their ears back here on 3rd and forever for Dowagiac. The line of scrimmage is the 6, and they've got to get to the 30. Murphy rolls out, pumps, heaves it deep down the field, and it's incomplete. The closest man to it was the safety Logan McCauley. 4th down, and it'll be the first punt of the game for either team. The punt sponsored tonight by Division Tire and Battery.
Hale's True Value Hardware is a proud supporter of the Chieftains. Don't forget the big Labor Day weekend sale. Buy 1 gallon, get 1 free on our Easy Care Ultra Premium Paint with primer. Or a 5-gallon shop bag for only $29.99. Hale's also has high-quality CBD oils from CBD BioCare and all CBD BioCare products. 15% off now through Labor Day.
That's the voice of Corey Mann. You hear him on Pulse FM in the mornings. Filling in tonight with Bob Nagel, fighting some health issues still, as we have another whistle blown and a flag thrown. This will be a delay of game on the Chieftains and cost them half the distance to the goal line. So now Hunter Williamson will really be pinned back in the back of his end zone.
The one thing Randy Banks did not want for this Chieftain teams was
Randy Brooks.
Randy Brooks. There you go. For this team was to back up. I was talking about all these B's, backing up and all these penalties, and got a punt. Oh boy,
Williamson really shanked that one, and it's going to roll out to the 18-yard line. Only a 15-yard kick. You hate to give any team the ball in plus territory. You certainly don't need to give Edwardsburg the ball inside your own 20. And we'll see on the SBO replay, Bo, what happened on this punt. Williamson was worried about his footwork in the back of the end zone, but he handled that fine. He just dropped it past where he normally kicks it and caught it off the end of his toe.
Yeah, that drive started at the 20-yard line. moved back because a penalty, punted it, and it was a -1 on the drive.
Now the handoff goes to Dylan Hirsch, and Hirsch with a punishing run that goes up about 6 yards on the carry. Dylan Hirsch had himself a very solid first half carrying the football, and he now has 8 carries for 36 yards tonight.
Summer is ending, apparently tonight, and the cold will be here sooner than you think. Is your car ready for winter? Hartman's Auto Service in Dowagiac is your one-stop shop for all your car needs, including new and used tires. Call and schedule an appointment today, 269-782-8043. Hartman's Auto Service with a heart.
Drew Bidwell looked like Gulliver and the Lilliputians that time. He just had all kinds of white jerseys around him, and he kept running. 9 yards for another Edwardsburg first down. It's sponsored by Southwest Vision Center. And the Eddies are first and goal from the Dowagiac 6 with 9:43 to go here in the third. Again, the wing T formation for Kevin Bartz's team. They hand it off to Matt Gadeski. Gadeski battling to the end zone, and he is stopped in the end zone for the touchdown. Gadeski's second touchdown of the night. It's sponsored by Papa's Pizza. 11 carries, 55 yards for the Edwardsburg senior. You'll get another look from SBO Orthopedics replay. And Bo, it's just the hard running of these Edwardsburg backs, and you can see the lack of numbers for Dowagiac starting to play a role here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was a huge run again. Again, we might see an SBO replay. Not sure he quite got in on the first roll, but maybe rolled into the end zone on that play as well.
And the Eddies will go for 2 again, and they'll give it off and not make it into the...
Calhoun had it up the middle.
Oh, Calhoun had it up the middle. Well, I'm just like the Dowagiac defense. I'm confused to who had the football, but Caden Calhoun pushes in the 2-point conversion, and with 9:25 to go in the third, Edwardsburg leads at 38-8 on the Gadeski's second TD of the night. The TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you by Imagineering Finishing Technologies, IFT, where quality is a way of life. Chuck Freeby, Bo Hunt, Corey Mann with you from Leo Hoffman Field in Edwardsburg tonight. The Eddies in command of this one. The defending state champs have opened 2019 in style. They're up 38-8. They have not been stopped on a drive yet tonight. And now it's going to be Dylan Morley looking to kick. DJ Lanier back deep for Dowagiac. Morley with a dandy kick into the end zone, his second touchback of the second half. And again, rough field position for Dowagiac.
Congratulations, Edwardsburg Eddies, on a terrific past and an upcoming season from Just Pie. Before the sun rises, Just Pie is already baking to ensure that every pie is as fresh as possible before it gets to you. Sugar-free, gluten-free options available. Check out Just Pie at justpie.org. I'm sorry, Chucky, it's justpie.org. Remember, life is what you bake it.
So if I went to Just Pie, what would I get?
Cookies?
Just Pie.
Okay.
Let me make this clear.
No cookies?
No cookies. 9:25 to go, third quarter. Up the middle is Deshaun Brooks, and he's stopped after a pickup of 2. Boy, that Edwardsburg defense gets really sturdy up there. Actually, that was Terrence Price that time on the carry.
I think one of the biggest things, Chuck, right now is the Chieftains need to watch out for is they're down by 30 at this point. We get to that 35-point mark, and that clock just starts running. So they definitely have to make a drive right here.
Yeah, that is a national rule now in that you have a running clock that does not revert even if the score gets under 35. So here's another handoff up the middle, and this time a little more running room for Terrence Price as he busted out to about the 29-yard line, and that'll set up a 3rd and 1. Price, a sprinter on the Dowagiac track team. Dowagiac with a number of multi-sport athletes represented on this team, as does Edwardsburg, and that's one of the great things about going to a school the size of these two institutions is you get a chance to participate in a lot of things. Dowagiac has what, Bo, about 600 kids in it, and Edwardsburg is now pushing about 900.
Yeah, it's about 6 and 9 between the two, and both these schools, especially Edwardsburg, has grown significantly in the last 15 to 20 years.
Williamson gets 2 tough yards to get the first down, sponsored by Carmack Realty, and Dowagiac can move the chains. And that, I think, is one of the biggest changes that has happened during Kevin Bartz's coaching years at Edwardsburg. When he came here in 1994, there were 515 kids in the school, and now they're pushing 900. Well, that gives you a lot more bodies to choose from, and a lot of those kids are very involved in this football program. Hand off to Williamson. The fullback carries people with him and picks up about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Hunter Williamson, a young man who really loves to go hunting and fishing, but he's got some strength. In the weight room, he can squat 405.
Congratulations to the Eddies on a fantastic past and upcoming season. As a Napa Auto Care Center, Jason's Service Center follows a strict code of ethics so that all customers know up front what to expect. Allow them to maintain the highest standards in the service profession. Call them today, 269-414-4054. Jason's Auto Truck Service Center, your trusted hometown center where the job gets done.
Murphy fakes the pitch, and now Kalen Murphy trying to make something happen and nothing doing. The Eddies were not faked out on that play, but a lot of flags come in after the play. Some barking going on after a possible late hit here on Edwardsburg. If so, that would be their first penalty of the night. We'll see if we can see what happened here on the SBO replay. Murphy goes down, and then, yeah, there was a spear right there by the Edwardsburg player. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for Dowagiac. And for Dowagiac, the first downs tonight are sponsored by Carmack Realty.
Crook Container is a proud sponsor of Chieftain football. Good luck in the new season. For more than 40 years, Crook Container Incorporated has been Southwest Michigan's premier distributor of used and reconditioned steel, plastic, and fiber drums and barrels, in addition to the sale of new salvage drums.
Kevin Bartz instructing Cameron Thompson now. Actually, he's talking to Dylan Hirsch, the captain, but it was Cameron Thompson who had the spear on that play. So the 15 yards moves the ball down to the Dowagiac 49-yard line, and Chieftains have a little drive going here with a couple of first downs, trailing 38-8. These two teams in the Wolverine Conference, and boy, Edwardsburg has had some success in the Wolverine Conference since joining this league back in 2012. Terrence Price, the tailback, getting the play from Kalen Murphy. And it's Price taking the handoff, and he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. It will be a loss of 1 on the play. But we talked about the success that Edwardsburg has had since joining this league in 2012. They're 49-2 in Wolverine Conference games since 2012. And that is just incredible, Bo.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's one of the things you look at and you're like, we've played 51 games in the conference. Hey, you look back on it, you don't realize sometimes what type of record you had. 49-2, that's a dominant record, and that shows the dominance that Edwardsburg has had over the last few years.
2nd and 11. Murphy rolls out, flag thrown on the play as Murphy slides out of bounds in Eddie territory, but now we'll have to see what the flag is about. Usually in the territory where that laundry was thrown, Bo, I have to think it's a hold or illegal use of the hand.
Yeah, it looked like they might have got the hold on the corner and grabbed a hold of a jersey. Yeah, they definitely called a holding call on that.
So Dowagiac marching backwards as we hear from more of our sponsors.
High School Game of the Week sponsor Paulie Max at 4 Lakes congratulates the Eddies on an outstanding past season. Whether fishing, enjoying the lakes, or finishing 18 holes, when hunger happens, Paulie Max is there for you. Located at the 4 Lakes Golf Course Clubhouse, just east of the village of Edwardsburg on US 12.
So now it's going to be 2nd and 21 for Dowagiac. The penalties starting to mount, and that's usually, Bo, another sign of fatigue for a team.
Yeah, definitely have some fatigue going on here, and it does, not having Henry in the backfield does hurt a little bit as well.
Deshaun Brooks trying to make up for the absence of DeAndre Henry, who went out with an injury, but Brooks only able to pick up about 3 yards on that carry. And for Deshaun, that's his only 2nd carry of the night. But remember, he's the guy that threw the touchdown pass for Dowagiac back in the 2nd quarter. Take a look at Josh Preeb and the rest of this Edwardsburg defense. They were very formidable under Randy Brooks last year. Brooks now the Dowagiac head coach. This Edwardsburg defense last year gave up fewer than 10 points a game. That included their playoff run. Murphy on a draw play. Terrence Price, oh my goodness. Did he get the lumber laid to him? Drew Bidwell, the junior linebacker, brings that 6', 220 frame with some anger. Watch it again on the SBO replay.
Chuck, one of the things that you talked about last year was their offense, and their defense didn't get a whole lot of credit last year. But this year, again, that's one of the things that's they're going to rely on is their defense and really stepping up. And remember, that Dowagiac touchdown, they had to convert 2 4th downs to get that touchdown.
Hunter Williamson will punt. The punt sponsored by Division Tire and Battery. This time he kind of hits it off the side of his foot to the right side, and the ball gets across the 50-yard line to the 49, and that's where Edwardsburg will take over.
Eddies, congratulations on an outstanding past season from Proctor Auto Repair. Proctor Auto Repair has been serving the area for 20 years, offering honest and reliable service for minor and major repairs. Schedule your appointment today, 269-663-3306.
Connor Nelson leads the offense out, and for the 3rd straight possession, Edwardsburg takes over in plus territory, this time at the Chieftain 47-yard line. As we said, Bo, they're good enough. They don't need the help. Nelson hands it off. It's another strong run for the Eddies as they take it up to the 42-yard line. A pickup of 5. It's Logan McCauley on the carry this time, and that's his first carry of the night.
Yeah, trying to get some more guys in the action here. Definitely some running backs alternating some guys against some other fresh legs in there.
Looking at a 2nd and 5 from the Dowagiac 42. And the handoff. The Eddies moving it right up the field to the 35-yard line. This time it's Caden Calhoun on the carry. He picks up 7. Calhoun's had a very nice night. 8 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
Signwords in Edwardsburg congratulates the Edwardsburg Eddies on last year's state title and wishes the team well as they look to repeat. Signworks can create virtually any type of sign you can need. Signworks, custom signs for your unique business or organization. Check out signworkssignco.com.
Movement along the line of scrimmage, and we'll see if this could be the first penalty on Edwardsburg tonight. It is. Second one. They had the spearing penalty, and now a false start. That'll cost them 5 yards. Edwardsburg next week will take on Otsego. Meanwhile, for Dowagiac, you could say it gets easier because you're no longer playing the defending state champs. But Three Rivers is not exactly an easy mark up this way, Bo.
No, I think one of the things with the Chieftain is I think they take a lot away from this game. There's a lot of positives they can have. They didn't have the ball a whole lot of the time because the Eddies have just controlled the game clock this whole game and the ground game that they had. But I think they can take a lot of positives away from this game and really build on what they learned from this game.
Dylan Hirsch with a 10-yard carry that time. Takes the ball up to the 30-yard line. Sets up a 2nd and 4, maybe 5 on the play. And Edwardsburg doing a great job, as Bo just mentioned, of controlling the clock here and just bleeding things down. Really a between the tackles team. They give it off again. This is A fine carry up inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. That'll be a first down, sponsored by Southwest Vision Center. And again, it's Caden Calhoun. And Calhoun may be the new running star of this team. 9 carries, 75 yards, Bo.
Yeah, he definitely has had a solid night tonight, as well as Godesky, Wells Nelson. I can go on and on. And I mean, just a lot of great positive I've seen tonight out of the Eddies as well. And what a great job the offensive line has really done, opening up holes. Here's a big hole as well.
Logan McCauley up to about the 10-yard line, an 8-yard pickup.
Congratulations from Smith's Chapel and J&M Enterprises to the Edwardsburg Eddies on a fantastic past season. Smith's Chapel and Bollock Farms are the ideal combination, an affordable, comfortable venue for your wedding and reception with tons of character and charm. Call 269-358-6335 or visit them online at thesmithschapel.com today.
A reminder, college football is here, and the season starts on Pulse FM this weekend. Friday night, as you're watching this game, after this game is over, flip on the radio and listen to the Purdue Boilermakers take on Nevada. Tim Newton has the call on Pulse FM, 92.1, 96.9, and 103.1. And then on Saturday, the great Don Fisher from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis as the Indiana Hoosiers open their 2019 campaign against the Ball State Cardinals. Your home for both Purdue and Indiana football all season long is Pulse FM.
Southwest Vision Center wants to congratulate the Eddies on a great past season. Southwest Vision Center is the home of the most patient-focused optometrist, Southwest Michigan. Schedule your appointment today at 269-414-4492 or at swvisioncenter.com. Southwest Vision Center, quality care with a personal touch.
Bo, a college game you got an eye on this weekend?
There's definitely some key games this weekend. I think there's one on Monday night.
I've heard.
I've heard. It's just a JV game, though.
Oh, hey now.
Yeah.
Here's a run for Edwardsburg, and headed on into the end zone for the touchdown is Jalen Luster, his first carry of the night, and it goes for 6. So Jalen Luster takes it in from 10 yards out, and the Eddies go up 44-8. You'll get another look on the SBO replay.
That's another great job by the offensive line. Another great job of the pulling guards, just coming out, just blowing stuff up, able to open up those holes and let guys go through it.
But there's the 7th running back to carry for Edwardsburg tonight. And I realize part of that's we're in a 36-point game right now. But the fact of the matter is, they've got an arsenal of weapons here in Edwardsburg this year again. Here's a handoff up the middle, and it is taken on in by Jackson Hoover. As Bob would say, another country heard from. And on the 2-point conversion, that makes it 46-8 Edwardsburg. And let's get another look at the touchdown on the SBO replay. Bo, you talked about the job the offensive line did. But you know what? Some of those backs and ends, Logan McCauley, the fullback, had a great block on that play to help spark Luster to the touchdown.
Yeah, and it's the blocking overall. It's just the dedication that they put into really running their offense. I mean, you can see some of their fakes in their running backs and their quarterbacks who don't get the ball are running 20 and 30 yards down the field, still carrying out their fake. And it's the same thing with their blocking. They really take pride in what they do, and that's how you build a team. That's how you play together as a team. It can't be one or two guys. Every guy has a job, and that's why they call it one of the best team sports out there, because everybody has a job, and you have to do it in order to succeed. In order to win a state championship, everybody has to do their job to the perfection every single play all the time.
Now, Michigan has incorporated this rule for years, but the National Federation of High Schools this year made it a national rule that with a 35-point lead, there is a running clock. So don't get confused here, folks. Only on something like a change of possession will there be a clock stoppage or a score or the quarter break. So the clock will now run for the rest of the game.
The main attraction and Fryman's Recycling are proud supporters of the Chieftains. Fryman's Recycling in Dowagiac specializes in sorting, blending, grinding, and pulverizing PVC. Fryman's, a family-owned company for over 30 years.
So this will certainly speed up the pace of the end of the game. And part of the reason this is done is not just to keep teams from embarrassment, but it's also to protect the safety of the players, because obviously, as we've noted in this game, fatigue has become a factor. There's a fumble right there. Ball pops loose, and Dowagiac pops back on it as Kalen Murphy makes the recovery back at the 25.
Congratulations, Eddies, on your state title, and good luck this year. Did you know Tony Gadeski, Farm Bureau Insurance, is located right in Edwardsburg and offers home, auto, farm, life, and business insurance? Visit Tony today, 269-663-8445.
Well, we've had some games over the years where we may have wished we had a running clock.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
It's just interesting to see the dynamics of this put into play.
Yeah, I really like the idea of it. I know there's some people that said, hey, what if somebody gets up 35-0 in the first quarter, and start to have a running clock? It's like, well, don't let them do that.
Exactly. Terrence Price on the carry that time. He picks up about 11 yards on the play.
Papa's Pizzeria, proud of the Eddies and proud to feed the crew this week. Open for lunch and dinner. You got to try the monster 20-inch pizza, pizza bread, and excellent breadsticks.
Dowagiac looking at a 3rd and 4 here. And this could likely be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Murphy with the man in motion. They fake the pitch and give it to DJ Lanier, and he goes up to the 44-yard line. But again, the clock does not stop as they move the chains. And the 3rd quarter has come to an end at Leo Hoffman Field in Edwardsburg. The Edwardsburg Eddies are the defending state champs because they can run the football. That has not changed in 2019. 46-8 Eddies after 3 on 46. Edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. We might as well get in a Bill's Heating sideline report with Bo Hunt down on the field. Can anything stop this Edwardsburg team this year, Bo?
I think it's themselves. I think if they get a little bit too overconfident in themselves and don't do the little things, I mean, that's the way this team is built, and that's the way they run things. That's how they're able to win a state championship, is all the little things. If you go out there and each player does what their job entitles to, do all those little things, you're going to have a very successful team and a team that can repeat if they follow through and don't be overconfident.
All right, Bo, thank you very much. 46-8 in favor of Edwardsburg. Dowagiac with the ball at its own 44 as we start quarter number 4, which will last 12 minutes barring a scoring play. Kalen Murphy wants to heave it deep down the field, and it is incomplete. No flag thrown.
For 60 years, Imagineering Finishing Technologies has been the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. They set the standard for industries including automotive, medical, aerospace, and military defense. Go to iftworldwide.com for more info. IFT has earned national accreditation and worldwide respect. Like the teams in tonight's game, we're working for a great finish.
DJ Lanier was falling down and actually had his hands on the football, but couldn't come up with the catch. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Kalen Murphy has gone the distance at quarterback here for Dowagiac. He'll hand it off on a draw play to Terrence Price, and Price rambles for about 5 yards.
Teachers Credit Union understands the importance of growing your future. Whether you're growing your family, your square footage, or your business, Teachers Credit Union is here for you with financial solutions that will help you succeed. Visit tcunet.com to start growing your future today. Federally insured by the NCUA, they're an equal housing opportunity.
Our thanks to the folks at the Cressy and Everett Edwardsburg office for sponsoring our Facebook live stream of this one tonight. Reminder, Friday night, our Facebook live stream comes to you from Jim Andrews Field when number 4 Northwood tackles number 1 Bishop Chatard. Murphy hands it off. It's DJ Lanier diving forward for a first down, sponsored by Carmack Realty. Lanier up to the 40-yard line, and there it is. Bishop Chatard Northwood. You'll see it on TV 46 Friday night 11 and Saturday morning at 9. So if you're watching this game on Saturday, well, I'm sorry you've missed it. First and 10 from the 41.
St. Andrews Products has joined our team with the finest in promotional products, advertising, specialties, business gifts, and apparel. Call 800-628-9922 or email sales@standrewscorp.com. Your expectations become our standards, and our answer is always yes. Now, what's your question?
1 yard run on the play for Dowagiac's Terrence Price. That'll make it 2nd and 9. Ethan Sebra, the middle linebacker, in on the play. His daddy, Jimmy, former Bringle Award winner in the city of Elkhart.
McDonald Physical Therapy understands that you need less pain, more movement, and better health. They offer the area's top physical therapists and the most up-to-date technology, water therapy, and other cutting-edge treatments to make sure you get the high-quality care you deserve. McDonald Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of high school sports and wishes all the athletes in tonight's game the best of luck.
Price trying to battle his way up the field. He's become the bell cow here in the second half with the injury to DeAndre Henry. And Price manages to get about 5 yards on the play, setting up a 3rd and 6. We appreciate Corey Mann getting in all the live reads tonight, Bo.
Hey, what a great job Corey's done tonight. It just takes a lot of work off of us, and super proud of all the sponsors out there that really want to support both these teams. What a great job they've done. Really came through, and what a great job this community does in backing this Edwardsburg Eddies team.
Boy, terrific facilities as we come up here, too. It's been a while since we've been here. We were here for a basketball game a couple of years ago as Hunter Williamson gets the first down, sponsored by Carmack Realty. But as we mentioned in the open, Bo, it's been a long time since we've been here for a football game, and things have certainly changed up here. We were talking about the enrollment earlier. I know you were looking over at A.J. Godesky's baseball field earlier.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of things has changed since we came up here, my very first game 14 years ago. Hair's changed a little bit as well.
For both of us, my friend. 46-8 Edwardsburg on top, but Dowagiac, as it has done a couple of times tonight, mounting a solid drive here.
Yeah, like we talked about, a lot of things Dowagiac can take away from this. The Chieftains, I think the biggest thing is what we just saw right there, taking care of the football. They've had a great, not a very, very good job of really taking care of the football through the snaps, through handoffs, different things like that. They get that thing down, I think this is going to be a really good ball team.
Well, and that's the fact of the matter. 6 wins get you into the playoffs in Michigan. Sometimes even 5 will get you into the playoffs. And, okay, Dowagiac starts 0-1. It does not eliminate them from playoff contention whatsoever. In fact, this was a team last year that went 4-5. 3 of those losses were by a touchdown or less. They could have easily flipped the script. We'll see if they can do it this year. Murphy wants to throw, shows some athleticism here with the scramble, and look at him run. Runs out of bounds. Again, that will not stop the clock in this situation. And it goes up to the 26-yard line. You know, we talked about the mechanics of this situation with the running clock, Bo. There was one official that he saw the player run out of bounds. He waved his arms. That's what you do if you're an official. You're not really trained for these situations.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching because I was kind of interested to see how this was going to work as well. The head judge as well, I think you see him always after every play. I think they're taught to keep their arms winding.
Yep.
And so they really see that. Even if a ref does throw his hands up to try to stop the clock, you can see the head judge actually keeping his arm waving, keeping that clock running so everybody realizes that it needs to.
On 3rd and 4, that fake pitch counter play to DJ Lanier just does not work this time. It's going to be 4th and 3, and of course, Dowagiac with nothing to lose here. They're going to go for it. So 4th and 3 with 5:42 and counting to go here in the 4th quarter. Murphy fires, and it's incomplete. Change of possession will stop the clock. 5:25 to go in this one, and Edwardsburg leads it 46-8. This edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV 46 for 30 years. Well, a new quarterback comes in for the Edwardsburg Eddies. It is Cody Harmon. Harmon is a 5'10 junior, and he hands the ball off, and battling for yardage that time is Jackson Hoover. Hoover scored a 2-point conversion a little while ago on his first carry of the game. So the backups are in, as you would expect at this point for Edwardsburg. And as we've told you throughout, with this lead of over 35 points, a running clock going here for the Eddies, who pick up right where they left off last year. Another handoff, and a smothering tackle that time by the defense. Luke Staton gets in there and makes the stop. We talked about the dominance of this team last year. The offense for Edwardsburg last year averaged 50.4 points a game. The basketball team only averaged 44 points a game. So that kind of puts it in perspective for you, just how good this team was last year.
Yeah, and I believe we were looking at it 9.1 yards per carry. When you're averaging almost a first down per carry, you're definitely going to have a high-powered offense.
Or when in your season you run for a 5K. Now that'll hurt the rushing average right there, as Jalen Luster, who scored the last touchdown for Edwardsburg, gets pushed back there. It'll be 4th down. Now the Eddies haven't punted all night, and I don't think they're going to start here, especially given the good relationship between Kevin Bartz and Randy Brooks, his former defensive coordinator. Kevin's not going to care if he'd like to get the first down here, but he's not going to care if he turns the ball over deep in his own territory.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to just go ahead and run the clock all the way down and call a timeout.
And that's what they've done here with 2:48 to go in the contest and a 46-8 lead. Now, we've talked a lot about Edwardsburg tonight, but this is a Dowagiac program. We mentioned a little bit earlier, they won a state title in 1990. They had a coach back then by the name of Bernard Thomas. They've had tremendous stability. They have made the playoffs in 11 of the last 14 seasons. Mike Stangner decided to retire after the end of last year. But when I give you names, Bo, like Denny Dock, Bernard Thomas, and Mike Stangner, those are 3 coaches that pretty well span the last 40 years of Dowagiac football.
Yeah, there's a lot of tradition over there, and a lot of those guys are, wanting to come back, wanting to help, wanting to, change the program back, get the culture back as well. And I think Randy's going to do a great job over there. We see some guys over there, and we were talking to him earlier and talking about the coaching experience that they have between their staff, and it's astronomical how many years of coaching that their coaching staff has in.
Yeah, Randy said it was almost like 200 years of coaching experience that they have on their staff. They have some very familiar names. Bernard Thomas has come back as an assistant. Santiago Bosque is now one of the assistants. So they have quite a few people. Here is the first punt of the year by the Edwardsburg Eddies, and it's going to roll down and be stopped at the 40-yard line of Dowagiac, so that's where the Chieftains will take over with 2:37 and counting in this one. Actually, the clock does stop, I think, on a change of possession. I'm not sure.
The head ref was actually waving his hand, keeping the clock running. One guy, side judge, said stop it. Head judge said nope, let's keep it rolling. So I think the biggest thing we got to make a decision on is, man, it's going to be hard to make a player of the game in this game.
Well, I mean, we might as well vote here on the air because we got about 2 minutes and 12 seconds to do it. The leading ground gainer on the night is Caden Calhoun. He's got 75 yards on 9 carries, so I'm kind of leaning towards him. Mainly because we had Prebon at halftime as the student athlete.
Well, that is true. I mean, you look at it, and I know we had Prebon at halftime as our student athlete. It was very spread out in the running game, and it could be a bunch of anybody back there, who's who among the running backs. Nelson, what a great job of actually leading the attack as well.
But Calhoun's a senior, and since he's the leading ground gainer tonight, maybe we should give it to him. So
I don't know if we give it to him or he earned it. I think he earned it.
Yeah, he earned it, as did Gadeski and really the entire team. It's a solid team victory here for Edwardsburg tonight. But it'll be Caden Calhoun talking to Bo Hunt in a matter of moments on our IUSB Fulfilling the Promise Player of the Game feature. The electrifying play of the game, I think that's actually going to go to Dowagiac with that halfback pass on 4th down to score their lone touchdown of the night. Wow. Kalen Murphy sacked in the backfield as the Edwardsburg defense once again swarming tonight. Nate Dallenberg, the junior, comes in and makes the hit right there. And the Chieftains will have to run one more play in this one, and then it'll be over.
Yeah, I agree with you with the Calhoun. I thought Caden did a great job of really sparking the offense early. I believe he had the first touchdown of the night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did.
And that really sparked them, and it was right up the middle, just a quick hitter, and really got them on the board and got them going and really motivated this offense.
Gives them a burst. We talked about that earlier. He gives them a burst that really no other player on the field does. Hunter Williamson with the last carry of this one, and the Edwardsburg Eddies continue to pick up where they left off in their state championship season. They beat their arch rivals from Cass County, the Dowagiac Chieftains. The final score tonight, Edwardsburg 46, Dowagiac 8. Stick around for our post-game features, including our IU South Bend Fulfilling the Promise Player of the Game. It's all next on the 46 Game of the Week.
Watching the WHME TV 46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by
the defending state champions in Division 4, the Edwardsburg Eddies. Their band still celebrating a 46-8 Cass County win over Dowagiac tonight here at Leo Hoffman Field. The Eddies looking very impressive in every phase of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. But particularly the offense, a team that rushed for over 5,200 yards last season. Well, they opened the season tonight running for about 300, and the guy that ran for most of it is standing by now with Bo Hunt. He's our IU South Bend Fulfilling the Promise Player of the Game.
Standing by with our player of the game, Caden Calhoun. Caden, first off, just congratulations, 38-point win tonight. Just talk about that victory.
It was great. It mostly has to go to what we do in our practices. Practice 3 hours a day, nonstop, you know, getting reps over and over, second guys, first guys. So that has mostly what to do with it.
You guys have so many guys you can plug in the backfield, so many running backs back there, different types of running backs, bigger guys, smaller guys, guys that can do a little bit of both. Just talk about your guys' chemistry as running backs.
Right, and we use that to our advantage because we got Dylan Hirsch, you know, big guy, Drew Bidwell, big guy, and they can run over people. Matt Gadeski, quick. Me as well, quick. That's just what we do.
You guys won the state championship last year, of course. What does it take to get back there this year? You guys are off to a good start, but you guys know it's going to take a lot more than that.
Oh, it takes a lot of mental preparation and physical preparation. We got to be out there at practice every day, giving it our all.
You have a big community turnout tonight. You guys come out and celebrate. What's it like to have this community support?
Oh, it's great. We love them all, and they love us, so nothing more to it.
Congratulations on being our player of the game.
Thank you.
Back to you, Chuck.
All right, thank you very much, Bo. And now time for our electrical workers electrifying play of the game. You wouldn't think in a 46-8 game the electrifying play would come from the team with only 8, but that's the case because look at this 4th down pass from halfback to Sean Brooks to Alex McIntosh for the touchdown. Great call by head coach Randy Brooks, got his team back in the game. Dowagiac only trailed by 8 after that touchdown, and that's our electrical workers local 153 play of the game. So from high atop the fray here at Leo Hoffman Field, Edwardsburg looks poised to make another run at a crown here in 2019. And tomorrow we'll see 2 more teams, actually later tonight if you're watching this on Friday night, because coming up at 11 o'clock Friday night, number 4 Northwood takes on the top-ranked team in 3A in the state of Indiana, the Trojans of Bishop Chatard. We'll have that one for you from Jim Andrews Field. Our thanks to our TV 46 crew. Moving pieces all around, but getting the job done once again tonight. And I certainly want to thank Corey Mann from Pulse FM's Jumpstart for coming in and filling in for Bob Nagel tonight, and Bo Hutt for a rather unique job of color commentary, having to do the game from the sidelines tonight, but it all seemed to work out very well. So now for my broadcast partners, this is Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final score from Leo Huffman Field in Edwardsburg. The Eddies 46, the Dowagiac Chieftains 8. So long from the rolling hills of Southwest Michigan.